Padres.
Yeah, I wanted my whole gang here. Let me see. Kind of nerve-wracking. Well, as the resident elder dyke here, I'd like to say that I'm very, very honored to be here in this queer space and to be creating community with each of you. I was born and raised here, and I never was accepted as the beautiful lesbian that I am. So, you know, this is moving in that way. So, let me see. So what I'm reading are just excerpts from a piece that I've been working on, and that is a memoir in progress. What was I going to say? So we'll be conjuring up the L. We need a little L there.
All right.
LGBTQ. And I have my beautiful, wonderful, amazing nonfiction workshop to help me. So I want us to pretend that we're in a lesbian cafe in the 1970s. The lights are a little too bright and stuff, but anyhow, you know, that's what, so we're just hanging out here, and that's very exciting. And I'm also talking, it's about, this particular part of my memoir is about a women's place bookstore, which was the first feminist bookstore in the world, actually, in Oakland, California. Yeah. So this is an excerpt. We were women, lesbians, women-loving women, gay women and dykes. No one I knew at the time used queer to identify ourselves. Queer mostly meant gay men or homosexuals. I never, ever considered myself a homosexual, or even a gay woman. Lesbian always felt right to me. If I locate this awakening for me and for so many others, ripe for exploration, questioning everything, challenging norms, pushing against boundaries and restrictions, witnessing, creating, experimenting, protesting against, opening up as yet unheard of, unrecognized possibilities, dreams, desires. It would have to be in the intersection of College and Broadway avenues in that geographical, political, philosophical location known as North Oakland, on the edges proximate to where Oakland meets the southern expanse of Berkeley. If Berkeley was the center of radical anti-establishment politics and hippies, and San Francisco was the gay capital of the world with the most gay bars anywhere, then Oakland was the home of the Black Panthers, militant demonstrations, multicultural communities with dykes, lots and lots of them. And a women's place bookstore was the historical catalyst for creating this reputation and cultural renaissance. Women's Place Bookstore was founded by a collective of smart, bookish, radical, anarchist, activist, imaginative dykes who'd been friends, lovers, and ex-lovers since for many years and had worked on a feminist newspaper. The store opened on January 18th, 1972. The store was a sliver of space, an actual triangle, like a woman's vulva, with a mushy, ratty couch at the back, and an assortment of falling apart chairs placed here and there. Everywhere you looked were words and writings. As I entered the door, it was apparent that this was a place that had never existed before, even though I hadn't been lovers with a woman yet, seeing out invisible lesbians of various ages, classes, cultures, colors, butch, femme, androgynous, was intensely captivating. I actually never felt entirely comfortable there, even though I felt a sense of elation and wonderment. It was intimidating to walk in and find these older, wizened, cigarette-smoking, way radical activist dykes at the counter who were not especially friendly. But no matter, I was grateful for the surge of women, feminist, lesbian energies permeating the space tempting me to imagine a life I could never have imagined. Okay, here we go. I remember one balmy San Francisco evening, sitting in the crowded, stuffed-to-the-gills room of the Full Moon Coffee House, hearing Judy Grahn, a white, scrawny, dykey lesbian feminist activist, and Susan Griffin, a thin, blonde feminist and mother who had recently come out as a lesbian, mesmerizing the mostly lesbian audience with their poetry. Grahn's "A Woman is Talking to Death" sent chills through my body, drawing me into the possibilities, challenges, and grit of lesbian and class oppression, misogyny, and homophobia, ending with,
"Yes, I have committed acts of indecency with women, and most of them were acts of omission. I regret them bitterly."
I can still hear Susan Griffin's soft voice reading the song of the woman with her parts coming out, with its crescendo evoking a woman's orgasm.
With her words, with her words, with her parts coming, with her parts coming.
It wasn't long before I heard Pat Parker, a black activist, lesbian feminist, another founder of the Women's Press Collective, read For Willis about making love to a woman that ends with the lines,
"Oh God, oh Jesus." And I think, here it is, some dude's getting the credit for what a woman has done again.
So, this 60-something Jewish radical lesbian socialist feminist is so grateful that I left home, moved to the Bay Area, came out as a lesbian, which for me coincided with falling in love with my first woman lover best friend, lusting for a woman's touch, her body against mine, her breasts, her cunt, her sensibilities, up close and open, our passions knowing no bounds. And I know that it was through this one bookstore and the vital centers of women's words and expressions that it helped birth. I was able to find my own voice, inspirations and support for my thoughts, creativity and action, and a sense of connection and collaboration I feel with other feminists and lesbians and queers throughout my whole life. I would not be doing the writing and teaching that I do now, or living the life I live, without the existence of a Women's Place bookstore in that triangle, that vulva, between those two avenues at 5251 Broadway in Oakland, California, USA, a beacon of radicalism, counterculturalism, stories we desperately needed, community building that was instrumental to our personal and political lives, and the embodiment for our courageous attempts to change our world and our own lives. I, for one, miss it terribly.